my name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell, so you are notified when new videos drop. So this is going to be a regular feature. Going to be doing this every week. I'm going to be reviewing the current week 2000 AD. I'm going to try and get it out on Wednesday. Look, I've been really behind. Actually, I fell behind reading 2000 AD during lockdown, which is weird, right? I just kind of lost the will to anything. So I fell really behind. I was like 3-4 months behind, like, I don't know, a ton of issues. Finally caught up, and then I fell behind again. I realized why I fell behind again. This was in January of this year. The beginning of this year really wasn't good. Really didn't have anything to grab me whatsoever. And they had, was it Will Simpsons? I can't remember, doing the artwork on a Central American Judge Dredd story, and the artwork was awful. And he's a great artist. He's done tons of great. He did the Dave Gibbons Rogue Trooper. So anyway, I finally just caught up. And 3 weeks ago, there was a jumping on point. By the way, they had a great run about a month ago. I love the Judge Dredd, A Penitent Man story. It's about a judge who was arrested and sent to Titan. When judges are arrested, they get sent to this horrible planet called Titan, and they get genetically, they get like made into a cyborg so they can work outside in the sub-zero temperatures, and basically they all die. It's a horrible fate, right? It's a horrible fate. They all die horribly. This guy made it back, and he wanted to just be a reformed character, and it's wonderful artwork. Who was it? Tom Foster was the artist. Very Brian Bolanish, very precise, lovely line work. Really, and that run they had a great run. They had Dead World, which I love that story too. I love the artwork and as well, love the writing. So right now, so they just came up to a jump on point. They did a regened episode, which I hate those. They're issues. They're issues that are aimed at younger readers. That has nothing in it for me whatsoever. So anyway, I'm going to be reviewing issues 22, 34, 35, and 36. And starting from next week, we're just going to be doing once a week. And again, I'm going to try and get out as a regular feature on Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Actually, Fridays might be a good day to drop it. Give people a couple of days to read it, right? Give people a couple of days to read it, then do my review. Before we get into it, can you hit the like button? That'd be freaking awesome. I'm very appreciative of anybody doing that. It's kind of ridiculously and sadly appreciative. Hit the like button, and that's even if you don't like it. Hit the share button. Sharing is caring, baby. Sharing is indeed caring. Like, share, subscribe, and if you're subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. Now, YouTube doesn't really like me a lot. I say terrible heresies, that go against the things that they really don't want anybody to say. So yeah, I try not to say them. They just kind of pop out when I talk normally, but that's just the way I roll. So they often unsubscribe people. In fact, they more often unsubscribe people than they subscribe. It's weird. Like every day, it'll go up and then I'll go down, whatever. So if you're subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. If you're not subscribed, if you can consider subscribing, that's really helpful. And comment. And listen, even if you really vehemently disagree with me, in fact, especially if you vehemently disagree with me, I'm interested in hearing. And also, the algorithm, they do like your comments. They go, nim. They eat them up and they find them very tasty indeed. And you want to be super nice, like super nice. Check out my comic books. I have 2 graphic novels over here. People are kind of like po-faced about using the word graphic novel. They just kind of started using that, I think, when Watchmen came out, which is my, prime time when I was, young reading comics. I got into comics via 2000 AD. So I like the word graphic novel. It just kind of I grew up with it. So we got 2 here, 2 freaking awesome ones. We got biblical Bible stories, so atheists, creationists, rationalists, and rogues. This is 220 pages long. Kind of got a vibe of those early Vertigo books. When all the artists and writers from 2000 AD were wooed to America and they created Vertigo. That's the books I love. Hellblazer, Sandman, Swamp Thing. That was I just love those books. So this has that type of vibe. It's very biblically accurate. I am in fact a real rabbi. I know the Bible very well, but I think it's not preachy. I don't care. I don't care what you think or what you do. I care a bit. I'm interested in you as a human being. But it doesn't bother me if you have a different worldview to me, okay? Live and let live, baby. Let's all be different. It's a good thing. So biblical Bible stories, 8th grade rational road, 220 pages long. pretty darn good book, if I may say so. And there's this one, The Imperium, a love letter to telefancy of the 1960s. I wrote this. I wrote and did the art on the other one. I wrote this one. Dominic Ratcho did the art. Lovely art, really lovely art. So this is 105 pages long. We're adding in 5 pages because the campaign's done well. It's a love letter to telefancy of the 1960s. Imagine James Bond, Doctor Who, Emma Peel, the Black Slab from 2001, and a monkey in a spacesuit all in one. Freaking awesome super group together. A little bit of Prisoner thrown in, a little bit of Thunderbirds. It's really bonkers fun. It's a reality, a genre-bending, seamless narrative. I would like to describe with awesome artwork. And Dominic did all the artwork and all the extras. This is a pin-up. We're gonna make it into a poster, like a A2. It's 18 by 22 poster when we hit $8,000, about 500 away. I reckon we're going to get there. And then you got the For the Male Gaze series, a series of postcards based on my masturbatory fantasies. My masturbatory fantasies from when I was a young boy, and they still kind of work today. So we have a James Bond one. They're all genre related because I'm a huge horrible nerd. We have well, not that horrible. We have a James Bondy one, Keep the British End Up. Bit of Space 1999 action. Don't even think it's citizen. For Judge Dredd fans, there you go. I don't think because you've seen a better Judge Anderson. Don't even think it's I think that's look, as we're doing a 2000 AD video. Let's zoom in a little bit. Oh yes, yeah. You see, it's a bit cold in the morning for Mega City 1, but Judge Anderson is doing very well. She's hardy professional. As is Perry from Doctor Who, and Oh My, it's Counselor Troy, and of course, yeah. What collection will be complete without Princess Leia? The Force is female. This is going to continue into my next campaign. I'm wrapping this campaign up. When I'm getting 5 more pages in. When that's done, then I'm really wrapping the campaign up. We got a bunch of posters. A Bohemian in Time and Space. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. The Eyes Have It. Great Balls of Fire. And Forever Young. Imagining Tom Baker's Fourth Doctor and Liz Slade and Sarah Jane Smith traveling forever and growing old together in the TARDIS. Brings a tear to my eye. It's a nice wee thing. Fine, let's get into a bit of 2000 AD action. So we're starting with issue 2234. So I was really excited when I saw this. It's got Noam Chomsky on the front cover. Noam Chomsky, actually, on the front cover. I've really liked the Noam Chomsky stories in Judge Dredd. Noam Chomsky is a hyper-intelligent ape in the crazy world of Mega City 1, and he's really smart. And what the story is him outwitting everybody to just be a good person. Like they had this I think it's first or second story, there was like an out of shape old judge who was like the block judge who he kind of like had to like save his job while dealing with criminals, things like that. It was just really clever. So I like this character. I was really glad he's being spun off into his own strip. So we got let's have a look at what strips are in here. Adios Rowdy 8, so a one-off Judge Dredd, which I really like. Great artwork. McStuffins, it's going to be hard to say. It's a relatively new strip. Not a massive fan of that one. We'll look in a minute. It's okay. It's just not quite there for me. Department K, interesting. Again, I'm only 3 episodes into that. Department K is interesting. We'll look at that in a second. Ferro and Foe, never liked it. It was all, to me, it felt like a bog standard sci-fi sword and sorcery. It's a bit in the Nemesis the Warlock template. It definitely worked, and of course Chimps Law, who got spun off. But first, let's look at this Judge Dredd story. Jess, who did the artwork on this? Because it is gorgeous. I mean, absolutely, this is some of the best Dredd artwork I've seen in a long time. It's Chris Weston, obviously. Chris Weston just doing a fantastic job. Honestly, I think it's worth the cover price alone. I love the digital 2000 AD. I live in Israel, so it's very hard to get regular comics. I love the digital one. Just again, wonderful art. We're really lucky. We're really lucky to get this. So you get an ad for Judge Dredd. Is that another Chris Weston cover? I think it could be. So then the next. So this is McStuffins. So this is a really weird story. I'm not sure if I like it or not. It's about this giant robot demon that's infinitely big on the inside, and the vestiges of humanity live within it. and you see whole like worlds come and go. Relatively interesting. The artwork I think is okay. It's not really working for me, right? Not working for me at all. Department K is one of the things I didn't like about this. The artwork is too similar to the Noam Chomsky's artwork. I thought it was the same artist at first, and I realized it wasn't. This is Dan Cornwell. Dan Cornwell just started about a year ago. I get the feeling he was doing a lot of indie stuff. I like his Judge Dredd. It's pretty interesting. So this is a multi-dimensional Judge Dredd story. This is like the judicial force that deals with threats from other dimensions, I guess. So far it's reasonably fun, right? It's I would say mostly harmless, and I like the eclectic squad of judges. I think they're on the next issue cover, so we'll look at more. Fair on foe, if you like it, great. Not one that was not for me. Better artwork, I think, than McStuffins, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But fortunately, it just finished. And then Chimps Law. So I just finished the third part of this. I'm a bit disappointed. It's nowhere near as good as he's been in the main Judge Dredd strip. So the story of this one is he's given information about people who made hyper intelligent apes who are rich evil people, and he's basically he's given a mission. I can't remember what the mission was, but he was sent there to extract revenge on the Jeffersons, right? Who was who created like this whole slave race of apes, right? So it was okay. Right now in part one, I was okay, right? It's as it went on, it became a bit grating. So yeah, I think this looked like a Chris Weston cover. So I kind of like this is Department K. This kind of like the cast. You got this weird little pink judgy thing at the bottom, a robot judge, which has just become a big thing in Judge Dredd over the last year. And listen, I mean, I'm so tired. I mean, so tired of every new story in science fiction having to be led by a black woman. Now, am I upset by seeing black women, or black people, or women, or anything that's not white men in comic books and TV? No, I'm not upset by them. I'm upset by the tokenization of them, which generally makes for very, very bad TV and comic books that don't really work. That don't really connect. What was it? There's an ad for the Ultimate Collection, which I never got. The Ultimate Collection was, I see, Grey Area. That's why I never got it. I got the Mega Collection because I basically read all of those. The Ultimate Collection, it's like I got a bunch of the graphic novels anyway. So here we go. It was another one-off Judge Dredd story. Not a bad one. Again, fantastic art. Oh, the Dylan Teague. I haven't seen him do Judge Dredd before. Really nice job, like really, really, really nice job. Again, this one I think makes the cover price worthwhile. I really do. And the subscription just makes it reasonably cheap. But this is just it's a kind of a sad little story about a budding romance that you hope's going to happen in the crazy world of Mega City 1. But and you feel it's a bit of a sad ending. But I have to tell you, the artwork's fantastic. The artwork is absolutely fantastic. Guatemala, that was, and John Wagner, Carlos Aquiza, Henry Flint, and really, who's in it? Where's can we go? Go back. Guatemala. Oh, I zoom in. Let me zoom in. Because the artwork was really bad. Carlos Aquiza, was it Colin McNeil? That wasn't Colin McNeil. Wasn't Henry Fentz, wasn't Dan Cornwell, wasn't Carla Gukiza. It wasn't Colin McNeil. It was whoever did that front cover. That was it was just not very good. And if anything was as good as that front cover, I would have been much more into it. So McStuffins just continues to get a bit weird. Again, it's got that Nemesis vibe, but I think the artwork's really a little bit weak. Like here, let me zoom in. The figure work over here, the proportions are a bit off, right? And the arms, the heads are too big, the arms are too small. I think, the page design, the storytelling, look, while I think there's a lot of tricks this artist has to make the stuff look workable, Boo Cook, I think he needs to go back and just do a lot of life drawing, right? And I think it's really showing, right, that his fundamentals are missing. But then you look at stuff like this, and it's really very good. Like it's got that nice Nemesis filter. Basically, he feels like he should be doing Nemesis, and they're not doing it anymore. So yeah, yeah. Other than that, the story is okay enough to keep me going. So on the outside of McStuffins, he's in some underwater battle. Department K, again, it played mainly for laughs. Again, I wouldn't buy a collection of this. Mostly harmless is how I would call it. Mostly harmless. Foe on Foe continues, and it's just one of the things. I'm like, especially when you get behind, you want to catch up on 2000 AD. You just end up like, oh fine, I'm not reading that. Leave me alone. I will always read the Future Shock though, because I like the Future Shock, but also I think they're normally good stories, right? It's normally good to see new talent coming in as well. So, okay, this is where Chimps Law really kind of lost it for me. It's full of very, very 2021 absolute hatred of rich people, and I would say demonization of them, which I don't think is very nice. Listen, I understand rich people don't have many of the pressures that many of us do, right? But I think they have completely different pressures. But yeah, if one views life, the point of life as being to make yourself better, to grow, to be a better person, right? Being rich is a massive handicap for that because you don't really need to, right? If you view life as meaningless and just having stuff is the only thing that matters, and it's not fair if one person has more stuff than you. Yeah, hate rich people, but I just think that's kind of a very, very two-dimensional way of looking at life. And really, the bottom line with this strip is it's not clever, which is really, really sad because Noam Chomsky is normally a very, very clever strip, and I think taking it out Mega City 1 also really, really hurt it. So fine, so now we're up to date. Very exciting. Who did this cover? This a Dylan Teague cover as well. A nice cover. It's a nice cover for a mediocre new strip. Who did the cover? Yeah, Dylan Teague. Yeah. So this is a new multi-part strip by John Wagner. Not the best at all. So it's a story or a nice. What was it? Colin McNeil artwork. Wish I could remember the name of that artist. So maybe one second. While I'm doing this review, if I download on my iPad the issue in question, I should be able to say it by the end of this video. 1 second, so I got to go back and go down to here we go, download. Okay, it's thinking about it. Maybe it'll download by the time I'm talking about. The internet is normally very bad here on Friday, so it's hung. But I'm just going to leave it there. Maybe it will download. If not, we might go crazy and look. Oh yeah, now it is downloading. It's 1%. That's not that impressive. Maybe we'll get the rest soon. Fine. So this is a new Judge Dredd story. Colin McNeil artwork about an assassin who has a sick wife, so he takes on a rush job which he knows he shouldn't. It's kind of like I'm the bestest assassin ever, and things go south, right? And Judge Dredd is peripherally involved. That's as close you see Judge Dredd in the issue. He's peripherally involved, and things go south. It doesn't strike me as a mega epic to me. I'll be intrigued to see where it goes. McStuffins just keeps getting weird, right? He's in this underwater battle thing. So this is this, again, giant robot demon that all humanity lives inside of now. Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird idea. It is a weird idea. Who else is there? And yeah, look, this artwork, just not good enough. Really, it's really just not good enough. Both the arm is too short and the angles tell. If you're smacking somebody, you should be like, wow. Okay. Best person being smacked in 2000 AD ever was Apocalypse War, and this is a scientific fact. Was the Apocalypse War as the souls break into the Grand Hall of Justice Chief Judge Griffin at the time. Remember, Chief Judge Griffin reaches for his lawgiver to shoot himself so he can't be used as a puppet. But they take him, they brainwash him to leading him to be like, again, it's basically it's as if he works on CNN now. CNN, MSNBC, all the news in America, kind of very reminiscent of the Hunger Games, I find nowadays. But yeah, so there's that. But yeah, this artwork just simply isn't good. I mean, he needs to go back and to draw. But then you get these nice vistas as well, which are pretty good, right? But really, mate, go and practice drawing. You will be much happier for it. I kind of like this robot judge here. They gave him a little bit more character. Of course, they got to have the tech judge being a black woman, because again, it's like it's like having people scream at you. You know, black people and women can do the science too. I'm like, if you're not a massive racist and bigot, it's kind of insulting having someone scream that at you. You know, you're not really 100% on board for that. But yeah, okay, fine. It's 2021. You know, you have to expect it. And then Chimps Law, it continues to underwhelm, I'm afraid. I've been disappointed in it, but thankfully, Fair on Foe does wrap up. I mean, I'm excited to see who the new strip will be. Oh, you know what? I could have done. Man, I could have just tapped on it, and it would have told me the creator team on that story. Where is it? That's what we'll do. But it's still downloading. Desperandlands, but they don't. Artists are Ben Wisher, no. Simon Fraser, no. Jack Lynch, no. William Simpson, yeah. And boy, was that artwork terrible. I mean, I'm sorry, but he's a great artist. He does some great done great stuff in general. This stuff was really bad. But then that's kind of like what stopped me reading 2000 for a while. But thankfully, I kept the subscription. I have it on my iPad. It's a great set. I really do like that. And I'm not a massive fan of digital comics. But again, Fair on Foe comes to an end. I'm kind of tempted to pick up the Judge Dredd magazines just to read the ongoing Judge Death in Space story, which I've always liked. Actually, you know what? I like the artwork way more than I like the story, but the artwork's so freaking good. So there we go. We're up to date 2000 AD. Join me next week as we review. I think we'll put them out on Fridays, right? Fridays. We'll put out our weekly 2000 AD review. Give you some time to read it for yourself. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi of Another Planet. Like, share, subscribe. Check out my Indiegogo. Link is in the video notes. And have yourselves a very nice day.